6 p.m. on a Tuesday. 3 identical paychecks have landed. 1,095 minutes of discretionary time remain before tomorrow's first meeting. The accounting of that time begins now. Alex's brain, drained from a day of hollow meetings and performative emails, craves the easiest possible dopamine. He opens the familiar glowing icon of a food delivery app. He scrolls past the healthy options, past the affordable ones, and lands on a gourmet burger with truffle fries. With fees, delivery, and tip, it's $34. A single meal. Bailey opens his fridge. It's Tuesday, so it's chicken and broccoli. It was chicken and broccoli last Tuesday. It will be next Tuesday. The system is functioning as designed. His meal costs $4.50 to make. The decision costs zero mental energy. But what is the hidden price of a life with no variance, no risk, no thought? Casey also cooks a simple meal. But in the background, a podcast plays through a small speaker. It's a technical breakdown of the coding language he's trying to learn. He isn't multitasking, he's layering, using a mindless physical task to absorb complex information, a concept he noted in his leverage list last week. Stacking inputs. 7:15 p.m. Dinner is over. The great battlefield of the modern economy appears. The living room couch. A place of rest or a graveyard for human potential. For Alex, it's an unconditional surrender. He collapses onto the cushions, phone in hand. The algorithm has been waiting for him all day. It knows he is tired. For Bailey, it's a conscious choice for comfort. He tidies the kitchen, then sits down to watch the same popular sitcom he has seen twice before. No surprises. For Casey, the couch isn't the destination. It's a 15-minute charging station. He sets a timer on his phone, closes his eyes, and just breathes. A strategic pause. The timer chimes. He stands, stretches, and walks to his desk. The hardest part of the night is over, overriding the powerful gravitational pull of the couch. 7:32 p.m. Alex's thumb begins its long, mindless journey. A comedian's rant, a movie trailer, a political argument, a sped-up video of someone pressure washing a filthy rug. Each video is a tiny hit of novelty, engineered by a trillion-dollar infrastructure to keep his eyeballs captive. How many microdoses of dopamine does it take to lose an hour? The algorithm doesn't want him happy. It doesn't want him sad. It just wants him watching. And it is very, very good at its job, learning his fatigue. 8:45 p.m. An hour and 13 minutes have vanished. To Alex, it feels like 10. He hasn't shifted his position on the couch, just sunk deeper into it. He feels a faint headache, a dry mouth, a pang of guilt, a quiet internal voice telling him he should be doing something, anything else. The voice is getting weaker. He quells it with another scroll. A satisfying video of a hydraulic press crushing a bowling ball. The brief, vicarious destruction makes the quiet voice go silent. By 10:30 p.m., he will have consumed 284 pieces of short-form content. He will retain detailed memories of exactly 0 of them tomorrow morning. A total data wipe. He didn't choose to waste 3 hours. He just made a series of 1-second decisions that compounded into a wasted 3 hours. The tyranny of tiny choices. Meanwhile, Bailey is on the 3rd episode of his sitcom marathon. He knows the jokes by heart. This isn't discovery. It's confirmation. The comfort of the known. His choice is not passive, like Alex's scroll. It's an active vote for the predictable. An intentional hedge against the possibility of surprise, challenge, or disappointment. His heart rate is steady. His cortisol levels are low. In the short term, his strategy of absolute predictability is an undeniably effective defense against daily stress. He isn't losing anything. But he isn't gaining anything either. His evening is a perfect, sterile, zero-sum game. The absence of red ink masquerades as profit. The show's familiar closing credits roll. He powers off the TV. He will sleep an adequate 7.5 hours and feel perfectly, neutrally fine tomorrow. His choices create no new problems, but do they build any new capabilities to solve the problems that are inevitably coming for everyone? Across town, Casey is at his desk, staring at a line of code. He's stuck. He's been stuck for 20 minutes on the same syntax error. He feels frustrated, impatient, a bit stupid. This is the friction of learning. It feels inefficient. It feels like work, because it is work. Unpaid work. His phone buzzes on the desk. A notification from a group chat. A funny video. The siren song of easy dopamine. A portal to Alex's world. He glances at it, then deliberately picks up the phone, flips it face down, and pushes it away. He paid $15 for this course module. It feels binding. This is the curriculum the AI generated for him last week. Not just topics, but a structured path from question to skill. A map through the frustration. He gets up, walks to the kitchen, gets a glass of water. He's not quitting. He's reloading. How do you solve a problem you've been staring at for too long? By looking away. He returns to the desk and reads the error message again, but slower this time. And then he sees it. A single misplaced colon. He runs the script. It works. A tiny invisible surge of dopamine fires in his brain. It's earned. It feels fundamentally different from the passive kind. This specific function he just learned will 3 years from now be the basis for an automation script that saves his future company $40,000 a year. But tonight, it's not an asset. It's just a feeling. The quiet confidence that comes from solving a problem you didn't know how to solve an hour ago. He finishes the last video in the module, takes a few concise notes in a plain text file named Python chart progress security, and closes his laptop. The clock reads 9:47 p.m. He spent 90 minutes in deep focus. He feels tired, but his mind is buzzing. He feels sharper than he did at 6 p.m. 10:30 p.m. 3 identical apartments, 3 profoundly different states of mind. Alex spent his willpower avoiding thoughts about work. He ends the night depleted and overstimulated, with a faint residue of self-loathing he can't quite name. Bailey spent his willpower on routine and order. He ends the night exactly as he started it. No better, no worse. Perfectly balanced on a knife edge of 0. Casey spent his willpower on a focused challenge. He ends the night tired, but with a surplus of cognitive energy for tomorrow. Growth is energizing, not depleting. Money is just a receipt for your habits, but time is the currency itself. And on this Tuesday, the spending patterns were an omen of what's to come. Alex traded 3 hours of his life for a brief escape from boredom. The transaction left him with a net asset value of 0. A bad trade. Bailey traded 3 hours for comfortable neutrality. His receipt reads, no change. But how long can one tread water when the tide of technology is rising? Casey traded 90 minutes for a new skill. It's a tiny asset, a single brick. But he has the rest of his life to keep building with it. One night means nothing. But this wasn't one night. This was Tuesday. And Tuesday has a habit of repeating itself, week after week, 52 times a year. 104 weeknights a year. 2,080 over 20 years. A lifetime is built not in grand gestures, but in the mundane choices of a boring Tuesday. The next day, Alex feels foggy. Bailey feels fine. Casey wakes up 5 minutes before his alarm, thinking about what he wants to build with his new tool. The gap between them isn't talent, luck, or intelligence. It's the cumulative interest on their attention. A debt for one, a dividend for another. Next time, the choices get more expensive. An invitation arrives for a weekend trip that costs not just money, but a block of 48 hours. Is the better investment Netflix or a new skill?